I'm talking to Mark Seymour of Future Facilities. Now, you've chosen DCD Webscale as the first place to show off the Green Grid's PI metric, which is an exciting new way of measuring the efficiency and effectiveness of data centres.
Yes, this is the first opportunity that the Green Grid have had to talk about the performance indicator.
Yes.
The performance indicator, I think, is a great step forward, because if we think back to when PUE was first launched, nobody really realised what it was achieving. But what it has gone on to do is achieve a huge amount of performance improvement in the data centre industry in terms of energy spent on the infrastructure. The performance indicator, to me, offers the obvious next step, and that is that energy efficiency doesn't characterise the performance of our data centres in total. It's just one view. But there are many aspects of performance in the data centre, and the performance indicator is trying to enable the business a way to look at performance not just from an energy efficiency point of view, but more holistically. So in this case, we're thinking about cooling. So the performance indicator builds on what PUE did for efficiency by providing the business the opportunity to look at how well the cooling is performing in normal operation and in design for failure. So now you have the opportunity to balance the different needs of the business. So now it's not just money in terms of efficiency or greenness in terms of efficiency, it's the business need. How do we deliver the business need in terms of cooling?
Okay, I mean, PUE has succeeded well because it's simple. So you have to have a good reason to make something more complicated.
Well, this is something that's been said a few times. You know, it sounds like it's complicated now. We've got 3 metrics, but actually you have to look at the pieces. Okay, yes, we need to know about several different things to be able to understand our business, but each of the metrics is very simple. So IT thermal conformance and IT thermal resilience are both calculated with a very simple formula to work out how much of the load is within the recommended or the recommended and allowable ASHRAE temperature compliance ranges. Really easy to do, so it's still very simple.
Okay, good. And is this something that can be applied to a data centre? So a data centre will quote a PI rating, or is it intended to be used somewhat differently to that?
Well, I think it's intended to be used in the same way that power usage effectiveness was intended to be used.
Right.
Which is for ongoing improvement of your data centre.
Right.
So you'll be able to do exactly the same thing. You'll characterise your data centre, say this is how I'm operating now.
Yeah.
And you'll say I want to improve.
Yes.
But given it's a business need you're trying to fulfil, you may choose to improve efficiency at the expense of resilience, or vice versa, resilience at the expense of efficiency. But now you have the information to make a business decision.
Right.
All right?
Okay. So yes, I mean, we see PUE kind of labelled onto data centres as like a figure that's of excellence, as it were, which is kind of a misuse of PUE according to its original design, the idea. PI won't get misused in the same way, from the sound of it.
I think every metric is likely to be abused in that way. If you get a good score, you're likely to want to shout about it. So that's likely to happen.
Right.
It's more difficult to compare here, though, because you're comparing 3 different numbers and the business need dictates which one's most important. So for different types of data centre, you will choose to focus on a different metric of the 3.
Excellent. Thank you. That's a good explanation.